You know, if it wasn't for the salah, I say this as not an exaggeration in the slightest, I wouldn't be alive. Content agencies are all fake, every single one of them, from the top all the way to the bottom.
At the age of 21, dropped out of uni on a Monday, moved to Dubai on a Sunday, and built his business completely from scratch. He now is a 7-figure entrepreneur. He was the first person to ever do this in the industry of content creation.
I'm pretty sure I'm the first. Not a single one of them has a student that has done 7 figures through content.
Someone young wants to start a business. How important is a personal brand?
It's not build a personal brand, it's create an engine that generates leads for you.
From the start to where you are now.
I've lost everything. I've been in positions where I've lost literally everything. And I just pray. And from that point onwards, it all works out.
After we leave the studio, everything that you have posted online disappears. The only thing that remains is this clip, 60 seconds. What would you say? Alhamdulillah wa salatu wa salamu ala rasulillah amma ba'd. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Welcome back to another episode of Rise of the Young Muslims, a show where we spotlight young, successful Muslims who have taken the right risks, the right opportunities, and have gone through a lot to build what they have built, or they're currently in the stage of building something in their youth. Joining me today as a guest on the hot seat is a very special person. You could say a mutation. He's the only person in the world to actually have this mutation. But we'll talk more about that, inshallah. He, at the age of 21, dropped out of uni on a Monday, moved to Dubai on a Sunday, and built his business completely from scratch. He now is a 7-figure entrepreneur, not just himself, but his students have generated 7 figures through the help of halal content. And he was the first person to ever do this in the industry of content creation. So joining me today is my very special and humble brother, Abed Kamal. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam. That intro is a little bit too above me, but I hope I live up to it.
Of course. Any guests I have, I make sure I give them a good intro.
I appreciate it.
So Abed, obviously, we don't know each other too well, to the extent that, you know, I would know Ammar, for example, as he's my coach, and I've been working with him for the past year. So just to get a background of you, if you could take us to your past, let's say your childhood. Obviously, we see what you are now, but we want to see what you were before. So if we take you back to your childhood, what was the type of household that you grew up in? What was the financial situation at that time?
You know, anytime I watch podcast episodes or any discussions I have with people, the answer is always, especially when you come to successful entrepreneurs, I came from completely financially hostile background where it was tough. We had nothing, and, you know, other examples of hardship or whatever. I don't ever like answering with that. Yeah, when growing up, we had financial difficulty. Okay. And I could give you many examples of that. But we had a lot of opportunity around us. I grew up, I had Wi-Fi.
Okay.
I went to school. I had food on the table. I had a roof above my head. Doesn't matter what dad was going through. We always had those things. We had a British passport. You know, people who don't travel don't understand the opportunities that they had around them growing up. I had shoes on my feet. I had clothes on my back. I didn't have to worry about a war, famine. I didn't have to worry about a bomb being dropped on my head. So as far as I'm concerned, I grew up with a lot of opportunity. But if we're talking objectively, and if there's people watching want to know if they're going through the same thing or we're in similar situations, we may be. I didn't have any financial support that maybe some other people did. But, you know, I don't like talking about it. I'm really grateful for the way I grew up. It taught me a lot. It taught me the value of money. I can never forget it. You know, every time I said this to my my younger brother, us growing up, now not so much, but us growing up, whenever we would walk onto a plane, for example, it's a big thing.
Yeah.
A plane ticket, we're going to another country. And I'm sure a lot of people can relate, you know, when you come from that background, you don't do it often. But obviously, fast forward to today, hundreds, I don't even know how many flights we've been on, but I'm telling you, and I promise you, every single time I get onto a plane, every time I put my foot and I walk past that airplane door, I'm like, wow, I get to be on a plane. I promise you, it never leaves me. Even if I've spent like, I don't know, 100 dirhams or like £10 on a flight. I love it just the same. So I'm glad it taught me that.
So I think you have a passion for traveling from the start.
I love traveling. I love traveling.
Could tell. And the reason I asked this question mainly from a lot of successful entrepreneurs, this mindset goes around a lot with the younger people now, that the people that are now the successful entrepreneurs, whoever they are, they came from very rough backgrounds. You know, they saw something that changed something inside of them. And then you look at them, they're in a very comfortable spot. Take me for an example. My father was one of the only few chartered accountants that are there in Pakistan. There are only 13,000 chartered accountants in Pakistan. And he's very successful at it. At a very young age, his family was very poor. I wouldn't say poor, but they were just surviving at the time. And my father took his time out, studied, qualified, applied for a job, worked days and night, whatever.
Huge.
He went from Pakistan to Dubai on a secondment. They loved his work so much, they told him to stay here. And that's how I grew up in Dubai. But the main point is, yes, right now my father is very successful. As a 20-year-old man, I'm not living in a condition where, you know, I have financial struggles. But there are two aspects of it. Number one, let's say your family does have financial struggles at that time. You, as the eldest son, have the responsibility to get your family out of that situation. You have the opportunities. Whereas in, let's say, an example of myself, where my father is successful and I don't have to, you know, go through a lot, it's my responsibility to carry that legacy that he's built, right? So it doesn't matter what background you come from, your dad's rich, dad's poor, whatever. At the end of the day, he's not going to be here forever. The eldest son, it's always his responsibility to carry that legacy forward. So I think that's why I usually ask the question, get people of different backgrounds, get that mindset into people that there's always a responsibility on you, no matter who your father is, whatever he's done.
100%. Funnily enough, that was what today's khutbah was on.
Yeah, exactly.
It was beautiful.
Yeah, it was amazing. Okay, so Abed, that was your past. So obviously, we get to know you love to travel, and getting a plane ticket was a big thing for you. Now, my second question is: before you became an entrepreneur, who was Abed Kamal? What was he doing? Did he have a job? What was he studying in uni? What was he?
I dropped out of uni.
Yeah,
but I didn't drop out because uni was a struggle. If anything, I actually enjoyed it. I love academia. I mean, one of my businesses now is teaching. It's coaching / consulting. I love it. I love teaching so much.
What were you studying in uni?
Computer science. You know, I picked the degree because I've always had a love for tech and computing, and growing up, I mean, when it comes to grades, I did decent. So I thought I'd pick it. But 2 years into the degree, I was like, what am I doing? And on the side, I picked up videography as a hobby.
Okay.
Photography, I used to love it. Videography, I used to love it. I picked up a camera and stuff as a hobby. And very soon, actually, a friend I had forced me money into my pocket for a shoot I did for him, even though I did it for fun. And he said, you're good at this stuff. I'm summarizing that journey a lot, but you're good at this stuff. And then he threw more clients at my way, and I was like, you can make... By the way, at this point, I didn't even know what entrepreneurship meant. I didn't know what a business was. Nobody had ever taught me that stuff. I don't come from a family of entrepreneurs or anything like that. I would go on shoots. He put money in my pocket, go on shoots. Not much, but enough to make it a noticeable difference in my life. And by the end of second year of uni, I was making a full-time wage. And I didn't notice. I was like, oh, hold on a minute. I'm actually making a decent amount of money here. And at the end of the second year of uni, I got an opportunity to go to Dubai and have a full-time role. Yeah, and I thought about it for a couple of days, and I was like, it's a no-brainer. What am I doing here? I'm going to graduate, and then what? Go into tech, and then how much am I going to get? Okay. Once I saw that you could make money outside of a job, I was like, I never want to work a job again. What's the point?
So you never went through a job itself?
I did. Just before that, I worked in retail, a 9 to 5 in retail, so selling shoes and stuff like that. And I also was a tutor because I love teaching. My older sister was a manager of a tuition center, and I was a tutor. I used to teach maths, English, science. So love it.
Mubarak. I have the same love for education as me. Everything I've studied, everything I am now, it's all self-taught. I've invested, obviously, most entrepreneurs, something I invested in to teach myself some skills to make money. But other than that, my education, what I'm studying is the same chartered accountancy that my dad's doing.
Yeah.
But the hard thing about it is I'm doing it with a full-time job, with a running business, all by myself, no coach, nothing. And the thing is, people just ask like, how do you have the time for this stuff? Like,
Yeah.
what do you do like at home? I'm like, well, I just don't scroll on Instagram the whole day.
Yeah, yeah.
Exactly.
The
There's a
the
lot
bar
of
is low.
time. Yeah, there's a lot of things you can do outside of wherever you're spending 8 hours in. Whether it's, I'm not the type of guy to say you shouldn't be doing a job or whatnot, because I'm doing a job. So
Yeah.
that's completely going against what I'm saying.
Yeah.
What I'm doing, I would say. So it's just how you use your free time. You can always find a skill that you're good at. You can make money out of it.
Yeah.
Exactly what you did. You were a uni student and you picked it up on the side and you realized that there's
100%.
something you can make money out of.
Yeah.
So that was more of a hobby of yours. So when did you realize that you want to fully pursue this? Was there nothing in the back of your mind when you left uni?
Good question. Even when I left uni,
Yeah.
I didn't leave it to jump into entrepreneurship. I left it to jump into a full-time role in Dubai. So technically it was still a 9 to 5.
Yeah.
But it was a full-time role under who we know now as Imran, but we used to know as Down Man.
Yeah.
Just for context, I worked with him for 2 years, and those 2 years I just ran everything to do with media production.
Okay.
So videography, photography, shoots, marketing on the front end, short form, YouTube, the whole lot. And it was still a 9 to 5, but this wasn't a 9 to, like, having Imran as a boss is not like having it and someone else as a boss. It's a 9 to 5, but it's more like you do whatever you want. You get the work done, you can do whatever you want. And I would always get the work done and just do more of whatever I wanted to. And it never felt like a 9 to 5, which is why I'll say I never had a point where I was like, it's time to go all in. Because all the way from the beginning, he was nurturing me. Eventually, you're going to have to start your own business.
Yeah.
Eventually, you're going to have to start your own business. Why don't you do this? You'll be able to start your own business. So it just naturally reached a point where I was like, all right, it's time to fly on my own. And I did.
So you had that mentor with you at all times.
I cannot put into words. I would not be where I am, like after the permission of Allah, without just having a mentor. I don't know how much time I've saved, time, mistakes, stuff I've learned from, the network I've built. Yeah.
It makes sense because you're learning from someone who's done it before. In the same case with me and Muslimpreneur. When I started, obviously, I went through so many, you could say, businesses, probably for like a year. I tried doing drop shipping, no sales, no nothing. I'm blowing my dad's money, my pocket money. I'm saving.
How much did you blow?
I think about 10,000 dirhams so far. Like from then,
Yeah.
and I would like get 200 dirhams a month. I would save up, put it into a business. It wouldn't work. Save up again, put it in, wouldn't work. Nothing. Mistakes on mistakes on mistakes.
That's part of the game.
Yeah, exactly.
This is why I like the perspective you're getting into. For me, growing up and even early stage entrepreneurship, it's a lot of pain and a lot of struggle and a lot of failing. You have no idea if it's going to work out. You don't even know what the next step is sometimes.
Yeah.
But the thing that got me through it was seeing people who were in the position I wanted to be and them letting me know, yeah, I went through the struggle too. I went through the pain too. So it reminds me, oh, this is normal. It's a part of the process.
It's part of it.
I love the perspective you're going through. I love the entire ethos behind this podcast. I wish I had it when I was
20.
coming. Yeah. Yeah.
So what was the point after, you were with Sheikh Imran? When did you decide to, leave the role?
It was around 2 years in.
Yeah.
Around 2 years in. We did around 2 million in revenue in those 2 years.
Not bad.
We did some crazy numbers. I had a decent bit of authority, and he was like, listen, you've outgrown us. You shouldn't just be doing this for us. You should be doing this for others as well. And I was like, all right, cool. And at that point, I remember he's so cool, man. I love him about it. He let me stay in his apartment for the next 30 days. I was like, don't worry about an apartment. Just build your business for the next 30 days. And I did for the next 30 days. I built my business. I built 2 businesses then. It just blew up. Morning to night, I just worked on my own. But anytime I needed something, he would be like, what do you need help with, etc. I would run it through him, etc. After those 30 days, I left his company and never looked back. Alhamdulillah. Yeah.
Alhamdulillah. Same case. Literally. It's like copy and paste. Wherever you went through with Sheikh Imran, I'm going through Ammar and Hasnain. So wherever I have the issue with, I go to Hasnain, wherever. And I can say this quote unquote, but when I joined Muslimpreneur, I hope Hasnain's watching this, he knows this. When I joined and I said, Bismillah, let's make the payment, whatever. My first call with him after that was, okay, tell me what you do. How does your weekend go and whatnot? I gave him the whole description, you know, I go with my friends and this and that. And he's like, bro, listen, for the next 6 months, you have no friends, cut every single person off, and I don't want you to go out again, sit and work. Trust me, after 6 months, you're going to love it. You're not going to regret. I'm like, all right, fine, I paid you, I'll trust you. So same, I've done that. Lost a lot of friends, a lot of people hate me, but 6 months in.
How long ago was that?
This was in 2025 March. Literally a year.
It's been a year.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
was you right?
Yeah, 100%.
There you go.
100%.
There you go. Come on, better.
So far, it's the LinkedIn business itself. I started it 3 times. I started first on my own. Then we switched to like a partnership with Khan, I believe you know him.
Which
Khan
Khan?
Kaya?
Nah.
Not really. I think he was with Ammar at the time. They would do the meets because of their wives are friends and all that.
Okay.
So did a partnership with him. Then he moved to Australia and it wasn't really working at the time because he had a different kind of job and he didn't have time. He was a technical founder, so
okay.
So it wasn't working out. And I started again. And then the third business in, let's say, 3 months, I scaled it to 6 figures in dirhams.
Allahu Barak.
So it was very good.
Allahu Barak.
And it's going good so far as well. I was
In 3 months?
Yeah.
Excellent.
3-4 months. I was at a client meeting as well today. And it's like my highest paying client. He came from the States and then he's giving out recommendations for my services as well.
Allahu Barak, man.
So it was amazing.
It's incredible to see.
So the importance of a mentor in today's world is, it's unspeakable. You definitely need it.
100%. 100%. A good way to illustrate it is in those 3 months, let's say you've been in business for a year. If you lost everything right now and you had to rebuild it, how long would it take you?
Without a mentor?
Without a mentor, just on your own.
4 years, 4.5, 5 years. Just to build to this point because...
No. Using what you know. What you know, like today.
Today?
With all your knowledge.
Oh, easily, like a month.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So if someone came up to you right now and wanted to build the same business, you'd be able to build it. You'd be able to teach them how to build it in a month.
Exactly.
But they are not going to go through the year it took you to get to that point.
Exactly. Yeah. That's how it works.
There you go.
Yeah. Sorry to cut you off right there. But remember when I started RYM, I made you a promise that you yourself will have the chance to be on this show. Well, I'm opening the doors to RYM for you. If you are a young, ambitious Muslim who is either building something great or has built something great or has taken the right decisions, the right risks, and have taken the right opportunities, you have the chance of being on this show. I want you to go to my description, to the description of my latest podcast. Click on the link. There's a form down there. Fill it out. I'll give it a review. And if I like you, inshallah, I'll see you on set. All right? Time to jump back to the podcast. Assalamu alaikum. So what was the deciding point for you to go into teaching? Like you made your money, yeah.
Oh, very good question. It's going to get controversial.
Okay.
Because I'm going to wipe out an entire industry right now. I think content agencies, I'll put empirical evidence out there. Content agencies are all fake. Every single one of them. From the top all the way to the bottom. And I'll tell you why. I used to run one. Okay. As soon as I left, that was one of the businesses I used to run because that was my strength, right? The way I used to run mine is not the same everyone else runs theirs today. And it's also not the same way I run my coaching business. The reason I'm in the position I am right now, alhamdulillah, is because one day in the beginning, I watched Alex Hormozzi's free course on social media. It worked for about a month. And then for the next 6 months, it didn't work. Okay. Which is completely normal. That's how social media works, whatever. So then I went and studied hundreds. I sat down and studied hundreds of influencers myself. I spent hours, easily over 1,000 hours, just studying influencers myself. And what I found is there's a million ways to do it.
Yeah.
Each influencer has done it a different way.
Yep.
The way content agents, so then I started my own content agency and I would do it. And when I would run my content agency, I found that the people who would pay me wanted, and I had big clients, big, like the biggest you can think of. Yeah. Big names. And they'd pay me whatever. And what they would ask is, we'll pay you whatever. We just want you to handle everything. And what I found is that no matter how hard I tried, and I really tried, I could not fulfill every part of the surface. I could do everything, but I need that person to be involved in the process as well.
Yeah.
And that person, my client, would always be like, nah, like we don't have the time. I don't have time to sit with you and script. I don't have time to sit with you and ideate. I can answer a few questions, send me a few questions on WhatsApp, I can answer them. And then I realized this isn't going to work. When I see true success, like real money on social media, and a real differentiator on social media, the founders or the people who are the faces are involved in the process. And when I realized that, I realized, okay, I can't run an agency anymore because my true skill set is in the strategy part. Editing doesn't matter at all.
Yeah.
Videography, your camera, I don't know what else people care about. Nothing matters at all. 90% of it is strategy. So when I realized that, I said, okay, let me teach people how to do it. I had a lot of 7-8 figure entrepreneurs around me, and I would give them consulting for free. And they would see 6-figure returns in their business. And I'm like, why am I not charging for this? And they would say the same thing. Outside of the Zahir Masjid, I was standing there and they were like, bro, what are you doing? Why are you not charging for this? I'm like, I don't know, can you charge for this? They're like, yeah. And I would hang around people like Ahmad. I'm like, oh yeah, he does the same thing. So then I started coaching full time. And then the results just started piling in. And at that point I had imposter syndrome because I was like, I've done an agency format. I haven't done it in coaching. Will it actually work? Because I'm not helping them film and edit or whatever.
Yeah.
Then the results came in. Today, I genuinely think, I don't think a single Muslim can say this. I don't think a single non-Muslim can say this. Muslim or non-Muslim. I haven't found in my industry where social media coaches, not a single one of them, I'm pretty sure I'm the first, has a student that has done 7 figures.
Well, not bad. 7 figures.
7 figures. Multiple 7 figures.
Through content.
Through content. I filmed an entire podcast episode with him last night.
God.
He lives next to me in Nigeria.
Really? Pathetic.
2 years ago, I filmed a vlog with him, just because he just moved to the area. And I was like, you know what, you want me to help you with your content? He's like, yeah, I've been willing to start. And I coached him for a bit. 2 years later, he's done 7 figures.
2 years later.
2 years. From complete scratch. 0 followers. Nothing.
Just strategy.
Just strategy.
This big, because I think the other day I texted you. I saw someone online on Instagram, long hair, glass. I forgot his name. He talks about Claude a lot.
Zaid.
Yeah.
What am I? Yeah.
Yeah, Zaid. So I saw a lot of Zaid's content, and then at that time I was on ChatGPT. I had my podcast with him. Mar said switch to Claude.
Yeah.
I see this guy. I'm like, yeah, switch to Claude. Literally, I think 2 days later, I see Abed's story, and he's on a call with a student, and I see the guy I see on Instagram. And I'm like, bro, what? He's your student?
I'm your teacher's teacher.
Yeah, exactly. So that was crazy, and I think.
Do you know how many leads he generated?
How many?
45 days, 22,000. We're doing numbers that are unheard of in any industry. Like I cater towards Muslims because I want to help Muslims, but you don't hear of this stuff in the non-Muslim space either.
Exactly. 22,000.
22,500 and something, to be exact. His MediChat crashed.
They're very big numbers. I've never heard this before. Never. Like even in I'm in the high ticket space, I get what? Not even close, bro. Not even 1,000.
If you ask me why I love what I do, it's just seeing results. Because these are life-changing numbers for other people. I'll give you another example. I have loads of people who come in who have hundreds of thousands of followers who I can't mention, I'm not allowed to mention. And that'll be 10 minutes, right? Yeah. And they come with hundreds of thousands of followers, but they made no money. And then within 30 days, hundreds of leads a day, they're booking in calls, they're getting in cash, and I see that the grin on their faces, and it just makes me happy.
That's why I started coaching.
Yeah.
You just want to see lives change.
I mean, the main reason I started coaching is because background in academia, and I know what my skill set is. It's pattern recognition. So I really love breaking down complex topics and making them simple and easy for people to digest. And that's what coaching is, isn't it? I'm sure that's what Ammar did for you.
Someone young wants to start a business. How important is a personal brand?
I hate vehemently. I hate that advice. And I made a video on it as well. I hate it when someone says, just start a personal. Wallahi, I hate it so much. I think it's the worst piece of advice from 2024, 2025.
Why?
Because you have to work backwards. Social media, yeah. And I'm going to explain this in a way that hopefully will help you understand it for the rest of your life and everyone listening. Social media is simply a platform built for you to reach your audience. For you to build a personal brand is an excellent piece of advice if you're a footballer or an athlete or you're a teacher or you're an entertainer or whatever it is. An entrepreneur? No. You're an entrepreneur. You're supposed to build lead generation systems. Now, if you're someone who's achieved something, incredible or whatever it is, fine. You can work backwards from building a personal brand. You could pump a lot of capital in it, run ads, whatever else it is. Give that advice to the majority of people who are looking to make 10, 50, 100K a month. No, it's not build a personal brand. It's create an engine that generates leads for you. If I sell oranges and I build a personal brand and everyone's like, whoa, I love this guy. I built my personal brand around being controversial or whatever I built it around. And then they're like, oh, he sells oranges. I'm not going to buy his oranges. I never wanted oranges. What was the point of that? What was the point of building a personal brand?
Exactly. Yeah, I know what you mean. My question is, okay, let's say someone has made money, they built their lead generation system, they're coming into content now, give a message across, let's say. Obviously, I think you mentioned this part, but I think this is going to annoy you the most. I need a fancy camera, I need a fancy setup.
No, you don't. No.
I was guilty of this.
Let me put this in context for you.
Yeah.
You're on an app. I can't believe people are this stupid. Like, I feel like social media has made our generation like just so dumb.
Yeah.
Or maybe I'm being really insensitive here, and it's just something I understand really well. Social media, especially short form, let's take Instagram for example, is built by some of the best engineers in the world. In the world. You got billions being pumped into it. Their sole purpose on that app is to connect creators with their audience. And yet you still have people complain about the algorithm. Brother, the algorithm is there to help you.
Yeah.
All you have to do to reach your audience is say what they want to hear, and the algorithm will do the rest. No matter how bad your camera is or how good your camera is, no matter what text hook, visual hook you use in the back, you put a Lambo in the back, you put a Honda in the back. If you're saying the right things, it will reach them. You can't use some excuse like your camera isn't good enough. No, you're just dumb. You're speaking to the wrong person. That's it. That's why the majority of my program in my coaching business is all based around who you're speaking to. The execution part is so easy.
Yeah, of course. Especially because I come from an audit background. What we do in financial auditing is you're planning. We have a planning stage, then we have our execution stage where all our field work is done for auditing the business.
Yeah.
And we conclude on everything, where our reports are made and everything. Our planning is 99% of the whole audit. Execution is like this. So I get what you mean.
There you go.
You need to plan who your audience is, yes. For my case, for my profession, we need to plan what the business is, what the business does, how we're going to, attack each and
strategy is everything.
Everything, yeah.
Everything.
Exactly. So tell me now, I think let's jump on to the last question. Okay. Take your time to think on this.
Okay.
Let's say after we leave the studio, everything that you have posted online, every, let's say, student you had, every podcast you've done, everything you've sent online disappears after you leave the studio. The only thing that remains is this clip, 60 seconds. What would you say? This is something everyone will know as Abed now. It's one clip.
No matter who you are, no matter where you are in life, doesn't matter what you've committed, doesn't matter what you've done, doesn't matter what position you're in right now, what situation, how deep you are, you have to understand, and you will understand, the road back starts with Salah and it ends with Salah. Whatever it is you've gone through, whatever position it is you're in right now, the way back starts with Salah. What's coming up? Okay, Maghrib's coming up. We're going to pray Maghrib in Jama'ah. Okay, I've missed Fajr. Okay, I'm going to catch up with Fajr and Dhuhr or whatever it is. And then you pass away. And then you're resurrected. And on the day of judgment, what are you asked about first? Your Salah. I can't tell you. And it took so much for me to unlearn, a lot of the stigmas and misconceptions and rabbit holes we go down when it comes to seeking knowledge and, performative seeking knowledge, if that's something we even want to get into. But after all of that, it all comes down to the Salah. You know, Salah teaches you everything you need as an entrepreneur. Everything. And if you just focus on that, if you just nail that, I promise you'll go very, very, very far. Not just in this life, but the next life. It's the thing that will keep you grounded. It'll teach you self-discipline. And it'll bring you back from the deepest, darkest holes.
How important was it for you, Salah, from the start to where you are now?
I've lost everything. I've been in positions where I've lost everything. Literally everything. And I just pray. If Maghrib's coming up, I'll pray Maghrib. And from that point onwards, it all works out. You know, if it wasn't for the Salah, I say this as not an exaggeration in the slightest. I wouldn't be alive. I wouldn't. There's no explanation behind it. There's no context behind it. I wouldn't.
It's the only place you feel safe.
Yeah.
Where do we expect to see Abed next? What is Abed's mastermind cooking up for the next few years?
I can't say. But year 4, you will see. You'll see. We're playing the long game here. Yeah. But I hope I'm of benefit of whoever sees me. I'm not here to be understood by everyone. But I am here to benefit those I really want to benefit, those who have been through the things I've been through or will go through, and at that point where they need to learn from the mistakes that I've gone through. That's it.
Perfect. Inshallah. What do you think of the podcast that I'm doing as a content coach? In your eyes, how do you see this? And the message I'm trying to give out for the youth.
I think you're filling a very niche gap that has to be filled. It has to be filled, man. Like when we're going through, or when someone's going through whatever it is they're going through in the entrepreneurship journey, why is it we have to turn to, you know, the founder stories of a kafir or a non-Muslim and get inspiration from them? Why can't we get inspiration from Muslims who have done it before us and have done it the way we should be doing it? I wish I had your podcast when I was early stage entrepreneur, I would say.
Inshallah, may Allah make this podcast and every single one that comes on successful. Before you came on, I put an ad in this podcast, and I'm going to put a reel out about this as well. The main mission is not to get, yes, successful entrepreneurs can come in, but the main mission is to get ordinary people on set, on the podcast, someone who's, let's say, in my case, I started working at the age of 18. I didn't go to uni. I just didn't want that life, the uni life, whatever. I just flip it. I'm going to go work, make money. So similar people of that mindset, I want them to come onto the show, tell people their stories, show that, you know, people like this do exist and where they're heading towards. That's the main goal of this.
You're doing exactly what needs to be done. I ask Allah to barakah in it and to make it means a benefit for everyone, even myself. I'm going to watch it.
Inshallah. Okay, Abed, Jazakallah khair. Inshallah, we'll have you again. I really like this podcast. I'm going to do a much longer one because we need to break down a lot of things.
Oh, we can go into,
of course,
so much.
Perfect.
Thank you
so much for coming, Habibi. Jazakallah khair.
Allah barik fi.
Take care. Stay blessed. All of you stay blessed. Assalamu alaikum.